And we're live. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sport. And today I'm joined by CKN Onke. How's it, gents?
Sure. Nandi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a
I
that's a
know.
nervous that's a very nervous Chelsea fan right there. Like I'm not
Nah.
alone.
Ish, dog. Ish,
Yeah,
you
what
don't
happened?
understand. My
Even
anxiety is.
yeah, I
Nope.
feel you. You're not alone in this, my guy. You like even
No.
greeting is like, yo, I'm looking at the time and I'm looking at this match. It's
Yeah.
it's it's one of those where if Frank wins this match, he can vamos right after that. You would have done us proud, but we can't. Not against Arsenal, gents.
Okay, go Onke.
The thing is, his team is also very intriguing this time. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't seen the team. Literally, I'm logging in right
yeah.
now.
Now
Yeah.
look at the team. The team is very, yeah, it's very intriguing.
Tell me more.
Let me read out the lineup. So Kepa obviously in goal. As
Yeah.
Wesley Fofana, Thiago Silva, Chilwell at the back. Enzo and Kante and Kovacic in midfield, Madueke, Aubameyang and Sterling up front.
Ooh, that's a
It's
huge
very
gamble.
interesting.
That's a very huge
That's a
gamble up
huge
front.
gamble.
It's a gamble that might do
Yeah,
one of two things.
here
I
we
know,
go.
but I know, now back
Say
Shire now.
hello. Okay.
Hello. Yeah, here's the lineups, gents. Yeah. I just decided to go online and then just check it out and search it real quick.
It looks like a 4-3-3, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. Hmm.
Hold
Yeah,
on, hold on.
it's going to be interesting.
No, so I'm on my phone, so I'm just opening it here. Okay, let's
Oh,
see.
all right.
Um, okay. Askali thingy Ateta.
Yeah.
So Ateta, who's this Kiwi or whatever boy?
Kivio. He's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's a
Okay,
new
cool.
signing. They signed him in Jan.
Yeah, Kivio.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's from Poland.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So white, it's Nozinchek on the one side. Odegaard,
Yeah.
Ujojinge Bamvusa. And then no
Hey.
Jack. Okay, cool. No Saka. Saka hasn't had the best of the past couple of games, but uzofuna ukuvuka ngathi. And then decide to urestu Martinelli or Fagu Trossard. Oh, Martinelli is
Yes.
injured.
About Trossard as a player, guys.
He
I
is. He
think
is. And
I
Trossard,
think he's one of their
I
best.
think I think Martinelli might be a
Williams.
second sub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I spawned like 10.
Yeah.
Nah,
The other thing
two,
is
two.
Utrossard knows how to play much more direct and in the half space, whereas Martinelli likes to hug the touchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And beat you for pace mostly.
And that's what Arsenal play to though.
Yeah.
Remember the fact that Martinelli is the top goal scorer. That's how they're getting most of their chances.
You
He's the one
say?
who
100%.
Martinelli. He's the one who stays the widest for
Is
Arsenal.
Sinclair talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I can hear him.
I can hear him too.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, I think
So
bounce log off and come back
yeah,
in.
yeah. I think Onke has a bit of a connection problem.
Yeah, because I can hear him perfectly
Yeah, I
fine.
can hear
Yeah.
you clearly.
So for me, I think it would have been good to have Martinelli in this game because I can see that keyword guy is going to be playing on that right hand side. So it's going to be a bit tricky in terms of how they transition this in this game to the normal gameplay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
remember that position that Kiwo plays is Saliba's position, and that's where most
Yeah.
of the attacks normally start.
That's where
So it's gonna be
holding
he
was
has been
put in to
struggling, yeah.
hold, and yeah,
Yeah.
and he struggled to holding, to be honest. The flow of Arsenal hasn't been the same, as well as the defensive attributes because of that. So it's gonna be a tough game. I think if it's one game that it shouldn't have been this change of bringing Nicky War, it would have been this game because Chelsea have voting Arsenal, and
Yeah.
that won't be that won't be a good watch for the Arsenal fans.
Yeah, that would be painful for them. I don't think they'll cope. If if Chelsea would get a result, it's Gates, pretty much. Game, set,
But
match.
but
Yeah.
no, Frank Naye is taking a chance, gents.
But I don't think we can. I think Arsenal has to give us the game.
Yeah. Like give.
Okay, no, okay. I'm looking at this team, yeah, Arsenal, and I'm not sure their midfield can actually play against ours. I don't know. They look very light in midfield. Kante and Kovacic are going to be very problematic in terms of the activity they're going to create
Yeah.
for both
But
Odegaard and Xhaka is not really a free role type of midfielder. No, it's not about. What I mean is in the way Arsenal plays because they want to have control. No, I agree, but I mean in how Arsenal wants to play, in that they enjoy having control of the ball and everything. Those three guys are going to be able to disturb the momentum in midfield. Yeah, the only difference is what is our forward line going to be able to do with turnovers, with quick counters, those little moments in the game is where Chelsea is likely going to find their goal scoring chances. Not really from controlling the possession, but from creating turnovers and hitting Arsenal quickly.
I was reading an article
because that's when you can use the pace of the front three and Noni's one-on-one ability. That's the only way you can do it against them on the counter attack.
Yeah, I was reading an article on Frank might gamble on Aubameyang, and I think, to be honest, this is a good game for him to take that gamble, because Aubameyang, he's leaving. Everyone is aware of that, and I think this might be the game to give the finger to Arteta, because we know what the relationship was strained. So it's one of those where he doesn't need any further motivation. He needs to do what he needs to do today. Whether he gets one goal and does what who's that Arsenal striker, African striker that moved to City, scored and then ran the whole field. Adebayo. Yeah, so if he does that also, if he does that also, he will be brilliant. He doesn't need motivation. We know what he's trying. He's on show for Barcelona right now, where it's for him. It's like, yo, take me back. And if he comes right today, because today's I'm not gonna say. I don't want to say this because a lot of games for Arsenal, the title might be lost tonight.
And you guys are confident, huh?
No, I'm not.
I'm
not.
Impressed.
No, I'm not. Hold up.
Come on, say it to chest.
Hold up. When that is we are saying, because today all relaxed, no squeaky palm, nothing. You get to go the lineup, and the lineup you're calling in the middle. We've got Enzo, we've got Kovacic. And then on their side, they went for Ucho and Ochaka. Okay, cool, he's decent. Odegaard can control. But Lega Trossard, a huge question mark around it. But hey,
Trossard is gonna skin his brother Spilicueta alive, bro. You're gonna have you today, my brother. You are going to be sitting with your hands in your head the whole time. Spilicueta hasn't played in ages, bro, and every time he does, he struggles. And I wouldn't want to face Trossard. It's in fact between Martinelli and Trossard is just a nightmare for right backs.
But between the two, who would you have?
Between who?
As a
Martinelli
defender,
or Trossard?
Martinelli or Trossard as a defender, as an old defender who's like 35. He plays like
I'd probably say Trossard, because for me Trossard is more of a centre forward striker, but because he's smart on the ball. Yeah, because he's smart on the ball, it makes it worse, because both of them have a deadly eye for goal, and if you're sleeping as a right back and a right centre back, you find them right behind you most of the time. The only problem is that Martinelli is too fast. If you blink and you're not already running, by the time he starts running, you're pretty much sure he's gonna beat you to the ball. Yeah,
It's quick, Martinelli. Quick.
he's very quick. So Nyakbona, you're busy speaking about Trossard, but I mean, you have Sterling, and I don't know.
Yeah, you guys have Sterling, man. Like, you know,
I mean, a game like this, season, it's a free hit. You play Mudryk there. What the hell? Go ahead. You play Oxy today at least. Noni's playing. You don't play Spilicueta. You play Gusto. It's a free hit. You're like, whatever, bro. These guys are top of the league. We hate City. Even if you don't hate City,
they're not top of the league. They're not top of the league.
Yeah, well, if they win today, they're top of the league.
Yeah.
Line up in Nicky Hope.
Look, I'd love to stop them from winning.
Yeah.
It's the hope that kills you.
Yeah. Damn, guys. But okay, predictions. I think
Look,
this will be Oh, you can go. Okay, sorry.
I think Arsenal wins 3-1.
Damn.
I think Chelsea takes it 2-1.
Hey, donkey. Say with your chest, my boy.
No, actually, it's not going to hit him once fast.
Yeah, go wear it, my G. Don't
fuck. Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me. How do I pause this?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Nah,
man.
I say 2-1.
Ufuna pause the live show yakudaba iChelsea
Yeah.
Dabi Chelsea kusakanisa mhlawumbe yakho bro. Bro, for me,
Actually, I can't find it.
the best you guys can do is
A draw.
draw corner is going to be like a high scoring draw. About 2-2, 2-3. But I don't think you guys have enough to beat Arsenal, Buffett. You guys, you're slow and you're lethargic in your decision making. Abanye want to go long, abanye bafuna ukulipasa, abanye bafuna uku-overlapper, abanye bafuna ukutaka in, madlala i-false striker senu, just worse because he doesn't know where to stick or to go. My centre back pairings have been changing week in, week out. I'm trying to dlala low. Who's going to be succeeding with Thiago Silva? That's the person who's supposed to be playing with him most of the time. But next week, so low.
Okay, Leo, I can answer Sihle. That one I can answer. I think Fofana, if we're being honest, he's got the Mumboga, his gameplay. He's got the potential of reaching heights Silva. And there was a brilliant buy.
No. Aston Panim, my friend. Aston Panim, who live. Aston Panim.
I'm putting him up there.
Nguban, Aston Panim for
First of all, I feel like we don't apply context when we talk about players.
Yeah.
In the context of football itself, I don't think we've seen a lot of defenders like Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
Period. We haven't seen defenders like that. So we can't just place any good young defender in that ilk. He has the opportunity to become a great defender. But Thiago Silva is in a different league as a defender. He's extremely different. He's a footballer who's playing in defense. That's different to a defender. He's got extremely high IQ. He doesn't force the game. He's not forceful even in the way that he plays. His tackles are clean. His physicality is proper. His blocks, the way he utilizes his body in the box, he's he's absolutely, an all-time great defender. We don't know if Fofana is going to become that, especially that the way that he plays, Rolls Royce style, smooth. Looks like he has all the time in the world. Brazilian as well, so there's a little bit of touch as well there that you can't find anywhere else. You can't place anyone in that environment.
And
You can't.
and I'll get just to add, even his leadership, bro. I mean, this dude walked into your team and became your captain instantly. Sasuga
Yeah.
from jump. You know what I mean? Even AC Milan, captain of AC Milan. I mean, AC Milan that had a
National
boss.
team.
You see, national team. So this guy is
PSG.
insane, man. PSG.
Yep.
He's a
Yeah, bro. And
he's a
you can
legend,
just
man.
see Gwana Wesi. This is not a guy who will be shouting at people or he'll be arguing. That guy will come to you. Looks like one of those guys who speak. Everyone listens and
Yeah.
everyone comes down and takes his command. For me,
Thank you.
again, Fofana is a really good player, right?
Yeah.
I think he has really good potential. And again,
Yeah.
for me, I think he's a centre back who excels really well in a back three as the right centre back. I think he has a lot of qualities to carry the ball out because there's two more centre backs who are sitting
Yes.
and cover and sit in a four when he carries the ball because he likes to carry the ball. And you should see the same qualities in Rudiger. For me, the same qualities that they're trying to catch with Chelsea and in Fofana's Rudiger. When Wesley has the ball, he has confidence to push that ball into midfield and give a proper pass to Enzo if he's 4 meters, 5 meters away from him. And it's so easy for him. And part of the game for him is very easy. So he'll get there. And I think for Chelsea,
The other part, Sihle, the other part of that style of play is it releases the right back. It releases the wing back, I mean. So Ures or Gusto will benefit from the fact that he's so aggressive. We saw this with Alonso last season. Because of Rudiger's ability to push and also clear and cover that entire space whenever there was a counter on his side, Alonso used to enjoy a lot of freedom going forward, and he wasn't being exploited defensively so much because he was constantly advanced when he started defending, knowing that Rudiger would be able to cover for him. And I think Reece will get that freedom from Fofana and the style that he plays. So there is a great, stylistically, he's a great defender for a 3 at the back. As a 2, it limits him because he never gets, he also cannot attack the ball from where the counter begins. He does it a lot when he plays in a 3. He applies pressure on the half 10. The player who needs to turn the ball around and trigger the counter, he always applies pressure to that player and wins those balls or gets us tactical fouls in those moments. So that stops a lot of counter attacks. When you play him in a 4, he's going to be a bit more conservative to play in the line. That may, he might have to play more reactively than proactively.
Yeah.
I think that doesn't suit his game as much. So
and that's the problem, Onge, with young centre backs. That's the problem with all young centre backs. I mean, the same thing with Badiashile.
Akanji did that.
Yeah. Badiashile.
Akanji did that in a 4.
Yeah, you can't. I think it's very different when you're a young centre back and you try to grow yourself into a role. To understand that sometimes a centre back you don't need to move.
Yeah.
Right. You don't need to move. Sometimes you see the game, everything must be in front of you. You know more or less, but when you want to play a jump or through ball over you, you can step that 2 meters and you're back in line with your team, right? And most of the time with a team like Chelsea, we have 3 midfielders who want the ball most of the time. You don't need Fofana to be carrying it. If he can pick a pass, which he can, then he needs to get that ball in 2 touches. Get that ball 2 touch out into Enzo and Kante and Kovacic and get Chelsea moving faster. I think for me, the problem with Chelsea is that because of the indecision, they play much slower and so much easier for teams to break them down. And as well, so hard for them to create chances and score goals.
I think
100%.
in this match, the first goal is going to be important for both sides. Because if Chelsea gets the first goal.
This guy.
next thing hands get came in finance
Yeah,
and
bro.
Yeah, he's
That's
calling
right.
it.
So
He's
by
calling
the
it.
end of
I have a quite a man.
I'm not gonna hear the end of it. If Chelsea gets the first goal and Arsenal fall into the shell of
Mhm.
they know they've bottled it, then we take over. Or if
Yeah.
Arsenal gets the first goal, then Chelsea they continue on. Well, we pop anyway. We crap. So it's a continuation. And the one thing I've noticed about Arsenal, Arsenal once they get the first goal, they have this thing of like wanting to score another goal in the next 8 minutes. They try by all means. Once they score one goal in the next 8 minutes, they need another goal. And then the one mistake that they have is they tend to not know how to kill the opponent, which we're not a formidable opponent to go right ahead and kill off. It wouldn't take a lot to kill off this current Chelsea. I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah,
I hear
look,
you.
but
I know. I just.
just that's sorry, but I was just thinking as well
Yeah.
because of you saying that. Role only Madueke still is going to be important then because if you check most teams that do well against Arsenal, they go at Zinchenko. They know
Yebo,
Zinchenko what he wants to do. He
yebo.
wants to
Mhm.
tap into midfield.
Mm.
So what Noni Madueke does, maybe it's Sterling who's going to be playing there because sometimes they
They
get
switch
They
these
flanks.
swap.
Yeah.
position things wrong. Yeah.
Mm.
Then it might be one to consider. Sorry, X.
Yeah, no, no, no. I just wanted to hear from you guys how you feel about Sway's comments about Kovacic needs to leave my club.
His game,
You
his
know,
game, his game has been on a downward trajectory since he got injured. I don't know
mm,
whether we rushed him back too early, but he's not the same penetrative player that he was with either
mm,
his short passing and his long passing,
It's
and it's
unfair, man.
starting to show. No, no, that's what I'm saying. With I don't know whether it's after we rushed him after he got injured because he was out for
mhm.
a while, and we
But
needed.
But nifuna yenzeni sihle mfethu the whole team is struggling man the whole team is
No, no,
struggling. Mina,
Ilente,
if you
I
go
don't, I
if you're
don't.
going to take if you're going to take the season and the stuff that I've done in the seasons before ne? And then you're
Mhm.
going to come in the season when the whole team is struggling and you're going to pick me out and say that I'm the one who needs to leave your club. See, the
No,
reason why
I
other
didn't
teams
say.
want
I didn't
Kovacic
say.
is because they know how good he is. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
The reason why guys want the people are saying Kovacic will leave his club because the other clubs know how good Kovacic is and he'll easily slot into many teams for Kovacic
yeah.
and he'll do
So,
well.
He would. He would.
cheese. I
He's a
didn't say he
good
must
ball
leave.
carrier.
So
Yo.
I was defending him right now because remember
Hmm.
I started saying, I don't know whether it's after the injury, but
Yeah.
his play is not the same.
I think
So
Cheese
I
is.
think come end of the season,
Yeah.
that break about I think it's like what a month and a half, well deserved for him, and to recoup, and he's gonna come back as a better player. It will be unfair for us to go right ahead and say Agafi.
Yeah, because I mean, I think Cheese was
he's
referring to the comments by Uswe on him not having end product, and it's yeah.
Nah,
Bro,
yeah,
literally the
I
whole
think
team, like it's so unfair to pick out one guy when a guy who came
Chelsea
in
is bad.
January, right? When a
Yeah.
guy comes in January and he's a top goal scorer, who in the year
Who's the top
who's
goal scorer?
Felix.
Obani?
Felix came in January.
are you sure, Felix?
uh,
Not
No, I'm
are
not
you
saying
sure?
this year. This year he's in 2023. Isn't he the only
yeah.
the top goal scorer? He scored the most goals for you
Nah,
this year.
I don't think so.
So and then we have Enzo, who's your top assister this year, and he also came in
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was one of
Yeah.
those. We spoke about it. We said he's walking in. Um, he's walking into that team. No, Kai is the okay. Not this year. Yeah, I can't break it to this year. I'm talking about this season.
Yeah, this season
Um,
it's definitely gonna be Kai because
yeah,
he's played the most games.
It's
Yeah.
Kai with 9 goals.
Yo.
And this is on all competitions,
That's
by the way.
pathetic.
Yo.
On
Yo,
This
all
is some.
competitions.
And
If it was
how
This
many
is like
games is that?
5 games left in the season.
How
Shalukia
many has
has
he
more
played?
So
goals, bruh.
so Mamela, I'm gonna read
Saling
the
has
top
more.
scorers.
Saling has more goals, dog. I'm just saying.
Why are you fighting? Why are you fighting?
Yeah.
Zuka manja.
Yes.
Ukompita nabo
Yeah,
Zuka manja, man.
I'm just saying. Sterling has
This
no
is this is
goals.
these are the top scorers
Nami
right now.
ngaphuza. Angikuwe mfana ngaphuza mfana.
These are the top scorers.
Yeah.
Kai, he's sitting with 9 goals. Sterling is sitting with 7. Mount is sitting with 3. Aubameyang is
Yo.
sitting with 3. Jorginho
Yo.
is sitting with 3. And Jorginho
Hey, another
left
club.
5 months. He left 5 months ago. And then
Aubameyang as well.
Ben Chilwell, no, Rhys James both have, no Conor Gallagher, no Kovacic, no Koulibaly. They have 2. Oh no, João Felix. Felix has got 2. No, Wesley Fofana has got 2. And then Pulisic has got 1. Broja has got 1.
But you guys don't play
Pela,
Broja. That's the thing.
He's injured.
He's injured.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, and
He's out for the whole season.
Yeah.
And I want to leave it to
Look, I think,
Yeah.
but I think we have bigger problems than just Kovacic or individual players. I think
Yeah.
the environment at Chelsea has been very toxic this year. This season for all involved. Players, staff. There's been a lot of uncertainty. People are getting fired left, right, and center. They even fired the groundsman. I mean, come on. If if you're firing everyone, in a single season, obviously certain things are going to start, shattering the team. The way Jorginho was sold as well, as one of the leaders of the team, the vice captain of the team.
Yeah.
The way he was sold, in a day's notice, and then he was gone without the team even being aware that Jorginho might be leaving. This today, the next day, you're basically leaving to a rival. So there's a lot that has gone wrong this season.
No,
I don't think
I,
you can actually
as much as,
evaluate players.
Yeah.
I don't think you can evaluate players from the coaching they've gotten this season and the level of play that has been around this season and the level of fitness the team has had this season. We have had a very horrible season and mediocre season by every stretch of the imagination, So every player this season needs to get a break.
Yeah. X, just go back to Sway's lie, the previous post that he had where he's lying. Sterling or Mount both have 3 assists. So that's more than 2. That's more than 2.
Wow, that is so petty, bro. That's so petty. Sharp.
That is crazy.
No, it's more than 2 though.
Sway, get your facts straight, Sway.
Yeah, don't lie to the people, Sway. People are watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys wanna switch over and segue to Gakulu, my boy, Cheese Sibande. Like, on my end, I just wanted to,
Congratulate
check
him.
up on you. Like, how you feeling, bro? Being on top.
So if we do it now, it's like the 3rd time in a row. So for me,
normal service.
yeah, see some things you don't want, and you don't want a young club, well, not a young club, but a young team at the top in these dying periods of the league. Arsenal has a very young squad. They struggle to control games when they're playing against teams who are somewhat matching them pound for pound.
Yeah.
And in that game that we were playing against them, it just looked like one of those where just men versus boys again.
Yeah.
And I always said, Arteta can't beat us, and that's always going to be his downfall. Menangshi Longati, those guys still have to come and play us at the Etihad.
You did say.
And that's going to be where they will feel the pain. So Spurs will footing, game in hand, but yeah, the sitting fun. I think there's gonna be a slip somewhere. There's gonna be a dronyana or something. But
Mm,
I think Arsenal will drop more points. I think Arsenal will drop more points than we
yeah.
lose points.
Quick.
Arsenal's last 5 games. Yes, my results.
Yeah.
Arsenal the last 5 games. It's 1 win, 3 draws, and an L.
Yeah.
And
And you
if
know
you
what?
are, Pella, it's crunch time now. Now it's where the
Yeah.
league is won or lost. Yeah, when it comes to City and when once they get momentum, who's
Mm.
Liverpool still to this day can't figure out how City got in momentum from Jan, where they went on a run. I think it was it 15 or 16 wins.
Yeah, it's insane. We kick João Cancelo out. Bad apples,
Yeah.
Baba. Bad apples. Bad apples. You don't want bad apples in the team. You kick it out fast. And
Fast.
again, and like and oh yeah, sorry, X.
I don't know. I'm just saying, bro. And it's also a very brave move because Cancelo was deemed as like the best right back in the league
Mm-hmm.
at the time. So for him to act so swiftly as well, because you guys were very fast in getting him out, and Rico Lewis, of course, being a new, dope player in my opinion. I think he's gonna turn out to be great. So yeah, man. Credit to your manager, I'm fine. I like a manager I confidence. Even switching the formation, man. I mean, this thing of John Stones, playing as if he's a CDM is also another thing that's dope, man. And Minnesota Tinami, man, you guys, hey, I see you guys winning the Champions League #1. Then I know Haaland is gonna win it for you. Like I'm calling it out now, bro.
Here's
Like,
the difference.
yeah, I'm for real, bruh. He's the difference, a huge difference. 50 goals, bruh, or 51. I'm not too sure how much he's on. He scored
Uh,
yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's 150. It's 150. So,
yeah.
by the way,
Real
sihle bengifuna ukusho
Madrid.
mina bengifuna ukusho sihle ukuthi lama points lawa i-Arsenal nawo ngesikhathi Man United isawina ama-league title ngabe seyiwinile league dala ngabe seyidala
All
yayo
wrapped up.
rugby league.
Yeah.
Manje uma ufuna ukuwina i-league title mingahambe ko-90 something
Yeah, I
ufuna
have
ukuwina
to
i-league
go
title
deep.
because Pep is out here grinding crazy numbers for league titles, bro.
I said this to
and
an
there was
Arsenal
this-
fan.
yeah.
2011. Oh, so sorry, is it okay? 2011, the league was won 80 points.
Yeah.
80.
80, though. Yeah. Okay.
I said we live in a very different time now. You have to get at least 93 points to win the league title.
Yeah.
If you don't make 90 points, you never challenged. Like
Yeah.
you can't say you were in the race if you didn't make 90 points. Liverpool is by far the only team that has actually raced to a title since the time of Pep, basically, who has made the league a 90-point league now. It wasn't the case. 83 points would get you the league,
Yeah.
before. And it was a battle of attrition. Now it's a battle of style and consistency. Because sometimes you just have to be consistent at getting the results. The last game City played was shit. Was it the Fulham game? Oh my
Yeah.
God, what was going on?
Yeah, that's a
Such a
game.
horrible game. But
Yeah,
they
but
were
the
still
goal,
effective.
man.
Effective,
But
my
again,
man.
Tina, at Craven Cottage, Craven Cottage for us is not a good game, a good stadium
Ground.
because
It's too
it's so
small.
compact. It's so
Mhm.
compact,
Yes.
and the fans
Too
are like
small.
right here. So City always struggles with that, and I think you'll see most of the games that City play, even against the big European teams. The atmosphere and the crowd sometimes gets to them because in order to keep the ball, you need a period of calm. You need to be very calm. People yelling and shouting.
And lasers.
Kunzima ukupress umuntu njalo. It's very hard to press umuntu calm.
Yeah.
So to the crowd makes it very difficult. And I'm a game against Abu Fulham, you're always going to have that sort of problem. But again, you grind out results. 2-1 is 2-1 like that is worth more than a 7 against a team. So
And that boy,
um,
that Argentinian striker that hit Chelsea, if they went right ahead
Alvarez.
early, one, yo.
yeah, mara i-problem ukuthi again ngihlale ngisho nina nabo Manchester nabo nini nawasala lama-player lawo then niwabolise.
Yeah,
The
that's
same thing
true.
besikhuluma
No,
ngoMarshall.
ungasifaki. No, hold on.
Of it. Do not forget Utu Marshall was one of the best player out of that Monaco team.
Yeah, he
Before
was.
Wabo Penang one back. And
Mm.
Marshall, what he's become now.
Man United, they bully some players.
Scholela, what's the France? Yeah?
Man United, they bully some players.
Don't start. Okay.
No, you can't. So now you know it's the truth, my guy.
Don't start. No.
But
no,
anyway,
so
James, I don't know if you watched the battle of the relegation teams. Leicester last night in Everton.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh. That was
That's a hot
entertaining.
game.
That was a slugfest. That was a slugfest. But I love watching the Premier League around this time.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah, everyone's fighting down there, bro. Everyone's fighting. I find I say in the PSL.
Yeah.
Lapho ama-club relegator thenga status relegator futhi ahamba relegator. Hayi ngihlole sibone South Africa, guys. So it's very good when it comes to this point. And Pep always says it's very dangerous at this time of the year because every team you're facing is either fighting for something. Every team is fighting for something. So kwa Chelsea kwayona manje, if they continue in this run, basithola bahleleke ko-13 17 into esingayifuni. So
I think we need this win. We need this win just to break the curse. Like Lampard is breaking other records now. Like 6 losses in a row is a 30-year-old record. So if he goes to 7, like the toxicity of Chelsea Twitter is going to reach new levels. He's out of his depth. We all know that, but we just need a break, dog. I haven't celebrated a win in a while. I don't know how it feels like. I've celebrated a goal once, like last month. Once, and it was a deflection. Once.
Yeah.
Yo, dog. He goes the man play. And they technically an own goal. Yeah, we need this, man.
You don't even take the award.
Hey, dog. If it's given, you take it, dog.
Now ngiyakhuluma manje omsha nge-pre-match interview. Hayi ngibula le mimi yakhe le bahlale bamsha uFrank. Le mimi yakhe. Yakshaya mimi yakhe jo. Yazi.
And then guys, I just wanted to check with you guys. Relegation. Which 3 teams do you guys think?
Southampton.
Okay. I can give
Leeds, Southampton, and is it not Forest? I think Forest is gonna survive.
Yeah.
Forest survive.
I think West Ham is not going to survive.
I think if
Forest ever. The Forest or Everton.
So
Everton is going.
Hold on. Beginning of the season X. Remember what we said? We said Everton is going to be fighting relegation. You know what you said? You said they will survive relegation because they've got Imal. They've got the ability to pull a trigger and say they're firing the manager, and whoever comes in, they're going to back him up and give him players. I don't think they're going to survive. Forest, Everton, Southampton, via.
I also think Everton is going down, guys, and Everton is a big team, guys.
No, but like Ubugi Everton, their next game. Let's check.
And it's gonna be Lampard's fault, by the way.
Oh, yeah, because he's the one who left them in the mud. It must have taken at times. It's very difficult.
He lost 11 games in a row.
Mamela, the next 4 games. They're playing Brighton. They're playing City. They're playing.
But how long has Sean Dyche been there?
No, repeat this again. You
So it's Brighton,
said, yeah.
Everton, Wolves,
Mhm.
and last game is Bournemouth.
Thina
Yeah.
thina bayahlupha ungakhohlwa Everton thina
Are they going
sihlupha.
to face
Lapotegi. Have you watched Wolves and Lapotegi?
Hey,
Bayishayile weekend, I think.
They're not beating
Ah,
Wolves.
uyamazi uDizebi baba. Dizebi phela ushaya konke akachithi.
mm,
So I think what will happen here, Brighton izobashaya.
yeah.
Iqede lapha iCity izobashaya.
Of course.
Wolves, there's a question mark around it. And the last game. So they've got, in total, they've got...
It's 6 out of 12. Though.
Thina chance Everton iyahlupha. Thina.
But
Bangathola point.
saying that Haaland, you guys have Haaland now.
Everton ayisafani ndoda.
Yeah, it's not the same, bro. They're not the same team, bro. And it's
Yeah,
been
but don't forget Lampard's only positive result, and he was supposed to be fired after that game, was against City. Bamqhubekisa 3 games, wadliwa leyo 3 games yonke.
yo.
Washaya some crazy goal against us. Dude.
Yeah.
Monga check my record guy Lampard.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Was against City.
Mm.
So it's Southampton.
So it's that one win that he got in his last 20.
Shit,
Yeah.
that is
It's
bad,
Southampton's next 4 games. Badala, Forest, that's a 6-pointer. Badala, Fulham, Badala, Brighton, Badala, Liverpool.
That's Southampton.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nabu basenjeni.
Yeah,
Asibone Forest.
Yeah.
Forest next couple of games. But Southampton, Chelsea, Arsenal, Palace. Yeah, by Forest.
Yeah. I know.
I'm 19 Forest ever.
Yeah, by. So Forest, Everton, and Southampton. Those are my 3.
And as well, Everton and Southampton have been, lurking in that area, really. Like the signs were there.
They've been chilling.
Yeah, Southampton is sitting on 29. Sorry, on 24 points. Everton's on 29. If Forest is on 30. If Forest is still in Leeds, well, let's check out Leeds' next couple of games. So
yeah, coach, I feel good.
Hey, Leeds thinking again, gents. Yo.
Right.
Check out. Listen to this. Leeds is City, Newcastle, West Ham, and Spurs.
No, but Leeds will stay violate. Leeds ne Southampton confirmed.
Again by 4. You have to choose 3.
No, Leeds ne Southampton confirmed. Dang it. A1 ile City better. It's either Everton or Nottingham.
Or Forest.
Yeah.
Pela Elites just hired Big Sam today.
He's not gonna change it.
Big Sam, Big Sam. There's no big guys. There's no target.
They can't defend Big Sam's way.
Those guys can't, man. Umasa, Jesse March, no, Moshile team now have Biscuit football. Now they can't do anything else, and they stuck with that team.
But even the striker, the one from Chelsea's academy again. What's his name?
Bamford.
Bamford. I don't know if you watched the last game. Where he had a sitter.
He's a dizzy striker. That guy.
The
time where was Chelsea hat-trick, Jets? Like, why Chelsea hat-trick against Villa, bruh? Guys are like, yo, Bamford, these
English, baba. English, one of their own.
Bamford. Guys, I was like, relax. This guy sucks.
But anyway,
they were calling for him to play in the national team.
Listen to that.
Just on English strikers, that Calvert-Lewin. I watched him as well. I wonder this boy, his career is going to be cut short by injuries. There's a player there.
I know.
Calvert-Lewin.
honest. When wahambile wawudeship yakho uthele ini phakathi kwephi.
Nah, ngiphume
Kodwa
ebholeni.
ifake phakathi.
Jägermeister.
Corona Jägermeister. Shaya Corona Jägermeister. Awusihloniphi yazi mfana. Today, hayi today.
No, I
Today
watched it.
awusiza umdlalo mfana. Awusiza umdlalo.
I
Nama
watched
headset
it,
wami ngifake ku
and they missed
loudspeaker.
it.
Makade ukusho kanjalo ngeke ngakhuphula ivolume kancane. Ngathi volume. Ngathi lo muntu lo usho bani?
Calvet.
Calvin Lewin. Nice. The end of
Awusihloniphi kabi.
They
Wena
looked decent, Izolo, with
the
him.
end. No, not Calvin Lewin.
No, they did, but I think
Uh,
I think it's the aggregation of the parts. Everton doesn't have a bad team. They just don't have great playing philosophy for that team. And that comes from having English managers, manager Alex Iwobi, who have a skill set that is a bit higher for English managers. And you saw yesterday, he took over the game in the midfield at some point, and the team started playing well. So, about Calvert-Lewin, dog. Calvert-Lewin is great at heading the ball and running after balls.
Yeah.
He's not really a great striker.
He's an
Like
athlete.
he isn't. Like
Just an athlete.
Dala.
Yeah, he's an athlete. He is an athlete. He runs and he hits the ball.
That's it.
That's it.
Angeke nje.
That's it.
And don't forget, Bafethu, Ushan Daish has had that thing of making center forwards look like really good center forwards. Apparently, he did the same thing. He played a two
Because he knows how to
target man. Hey, he knows how to bring them into the game.
Ashley Barnes or what? Nah.
Hey, about Ashley Barnes, Nalo, Chris Wood.
Yeah.
Baningi baba, ne?
Chris Wood.
These are okay, man. Hey.
Ashley Barnes used to give me points for fantasy.
Hey, because he knows how to use them. He tells the center forward, yeah, okay, like dog, he has to Kure playing off of Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin, and that was crazy. That was so crazy. I'm like, why? What's going on in this team?
Okay, that doesn't say that. Coopies, Joe. Coopies.
I'm shocked because I'm like, wait, who's advancing the ball in this midfield most? It looks like it's Alex.
Hey,
But if Alex is advancing the ball, then when's Zion coming to Kore? He did.
He missed a sitter. He missed a sitter yesterday, Calvert-Lewin. Bongayibonanga leyo part. Boyodesha. Angazi mfana ukuthi akayibonanga leyo part. Because sitter khona i-cross I think ayishayile and he needed to tap it in and he missed it.
Yeah.
Usihla akayibonanga nix.
Uyidefendile.
Yeah, mfana
Uyidefendile
ngathi
leyo cross.
He does that. He and Bamford have a lot in common.
Yeah, it's in my just to close off. Hold on, I've just sent something on the chat. The X.
All right, just check. Oh no. This is gonna be interesting. I haven't read it. Nah.
Evolve and read it for everyone, and then see Val because I need to log off. Me appeared.
João Felix benched. He has huge talent. I really need to find a clear. Oh my god. Nah, Lampard, man. This is not. Man.
He needs to find a clear structure.
Yeah, clear structure.
What has he been doing?
Exactly. As I said, gentlemen, I just wanted to make you guys laugh on my account. I'm gonna log off.
Number 10, João Felix, dog. He's a 10.
Phela coach phela uLampard udila nabo Mounts nabo Galega.
Hayi
coach player that you think you don't understand. Like you don't understand a player. What the hell? This guy trains with you literally every single day.
It's because he's flair.
So,
like I keep telling you guys, flair in England.
Ezinye izinto nje izikhawathi club and it's just a ripple effect because manje next thing uJoão Felix ubona lento le athi mina bafethu ngiyavayala.
Yeah, well,
I don't want that though. I need that nigga to stay.
At this rate we have
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? We don't know what Poch feels about him because I don't care about Lampard. I care more about Poch because Joao Felix is going to stay if Poch says he's in my plans. My issue is it's very likely that Poch himself is going to be like, I don't think he's a good investment. Let's move on to someone else. That's a
Executive
problem for
steering
me.
there. I need to log off, girls. He's on Shire now.
Okay,
Uh,
put.
Okay.
here's an unpopular opinion. Shah's never scored more than 10 goals in a season.
Aye, okay. Uswe on Osha even more. Sure, gents.
You guys wanna quickly discuss this, or should we call it? You don't have the energy.
I
Yeah,
want.
but again, playing in that Atletico Madrid setup is very tough for a striker. I think if you're not the front man, and you'll notice if you're not the front man in Diego Simeone's team, you're not going to be the one who bangs in most of the goals.
True.
You'll see it's either Suarez, back in the day, about Torres. Mostly those guys who play the one up top are the ones who gets the chance to score the goals. And it's obviously a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other problem with the way Atleti played was Atleti played with a lot of space from midfield. Like because they were playing such a low block, they used Joao and Griezmann as runners basically. So Griezmann can thrive in that system because he's an excellent runner. But when you play him in a possession system like he played at Barcelona, the spaces become smaller. He's not running at defenders or running at speed and stuff. The spaces become much smaller, and then he starts to struggle. Joao Felix plays better when the space is much smaller, when he's dribbling on the half turn, when he's creating in small spaces. He's not as great when you're playing him as simply a runner from midfield, connecting basically running towards goal all the time. So his game is affected by the style that you play. You need to match the player to the system. The skill set that Joao already has is good enough to develop. He's 23. We're not talking about a complete player at this point. So he can be much more creative than he is, and he can be a better goal scorer than he is already in his career. He's still 23. And people lament the fact that we gave up on the likes of who's this? The likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah. How old were they when we sold them? To give up on a player that, by any measure this season, has been the best Chelsea attacker. I'm talking skill set. We basically go as he goes. When Joao Felix turns a defender, the attack begins. There's excitement. You can see something is going to happen. We don't have anyone with that level of threat in our team. If Kai Havertz turns a defender, Kai Havertz is going to lose that ball very soon. Anyway, so we have to find a way to utilize him to the best of his ability. Then the numbers are going to come. Right now, we are focusing on the worst things, numbers. How are you going to produce numbers when you don't have coaching? When people are talking about, hey, you need to implement the basics. So I get the comments, but the comments have been in the same theme as the Twitter comments that you find around Chelsea. So I'm not, they don't hit me that hard. It's like, oh, okay, this is common. I've seen this exact talking point on Twitter. Yeah, this is how Chelsea fans talk. They talk about money, and it's not your money. Don't worry about the money. Whatever the owners decide to spend, it wouldn't be wasted expenditure from your account. The question should be, is there a player there? Yes, there's a player there. Can we utilize this player? Yes. Is he a fit in the Premier League? Yes. The game is not too fast for him. It doesn't look like he's flustered. He understands the game. He knows what to do. Are there things he can improve on? Of course. So then you work on him improving those things. You don't get rid of that player when you have players that are far inferior than him still on that team. Conor Gallagher, for example, doesn't need to be on a Chelsea team. It would be better if we were writing about Conor Gallagher and Mason Mount not being good enough for Chelsea, not Joao Felix. There's no way Joao Felix is not a fit in the Premier League team. None.
It's just the
Hey,
coach currently as well, pace and power at the moment. That's what Lampard is fixated on. And unfortunately, when
Thank
you have
you.
flair players tend to not be quick. Mold like a player in the mold of Ushao Felix. More goal type player, who has faces, got flair, and you know how the English media is that player. Who has Shire around the world are showboating. Like, see what I'm saying? And that's part of the reasons why I feel like they will forever struggle in international competitions with that mindset. So yeah,
And
I hear
English football,
yeah,
just
sorry.
lastly, English football has always struggled with number 10s. I remember
Yeah.
how critical fans used to be of Ozil, and I was like, are they
Yes.
even watching the games Ozil has?
Yeah.
Ozil is not perfect. He wasn't physical. He
Mhm.
wasn't a dual winner. But if you offered Ozil the freedom he required in a game, Ozil could take any game over. If you offered
Yeah.
him that, if the midfield
Mm.
was solid enough in the two block to ensure that no team is taking advantage of them, and it frees up Ozil in the 10 position, Arsenal were impossible to play against. They could beat you in their simple press. They could beat you
Yeah.
with quick balls and all of that. The fact of the matter is there is no evidence of English coaches managing to coach talent at that level. At any
Mm-hmm.
team, they haven't managed to coach the players that do not write on the script. They want players that work hard, that run all
Yeah.
game, and those are the qualities they value more than skill. So I have
And
hope
passion.
because at least Poch is Argentinian, so maybe
Yeah.
there's going to be a little bit of
So
flexibility there.
your
Hopefully, anyway.
your coach has to be foreign. I'm sorry. For me, it's mandatory. Dog.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yep.
It's
they can't
mandatory.
bring English coaches who see themselves in Mason Mount. Probably looking at Mason Mount like,
Dude.
I used to be like that guy.
Ah,
And I want to mold
yes.
his career
Uh,
into my career. And Gallagher
dude.
is like a Steven Gerrard. And I want to. These guys are delusional, bonky. Bonky. That's why
Bonky.
they never have a job and they get hired now. Masewis says pen. Also, when Nemalo bazothenga
Yes.
amagwinya, nama-fish and chips for the rest of the year, when proper coaches come in. That's what they do. Bruh, they're just keeping them in jobs. In Premier League, you're
Yeah,
just keeping them guys like our Samuel Dice, Nabo Sean
yeah.
Dash, Nabo all those
Even
guys.
one
You're
of
just keeping them in the
Dallas.
jobs. Please.
Oh, Roy Hudson.
Hey,
Roy should be
Nabo Roy Hodgson.
retired. Oh, Roy Betzimane Adumden in
Lower
Kaka.
Leicester, Dean
No,
Smith, Wonky.
Bakate.
Insipe one.
Oh, Katele. Oh, that nigga's tired.
Insipe one, Joe. Insipe
Yeah,
one. It's just bad.
yeah.
They're
So
chilling
this
at home.
constant cycle won't work.
Mm.
Like those guys are so chilled in the fact that this is what they do every season. When a team is coming down, it's time for relegation. When we are higher. Abo Gabi Garcia. Abo na abo sesingam Gabi
I don't
Garcia because
want
na
I don't want
seka
to ignore OFS.
Mm. Who?
I don't want to seem like I'm ignoring OFS, ne? I've seen
Yeah,
Chelsea's financials. I
yeah.
just feel as though if we are going to have this fire sale that we're going to have this off season, where a lot of players are going to be leaving and we're going to be selling off players, I don't think um, and we need a new shirt sponsor as well to replace three. So I don't think we're going to struggle with that. I think we're talking with Allianz as well to become a shirt sponsor for us. So I'm sure we're going to get a sponsor this off season. So we will have money to cover whatever shortfalls we've had, in the financial aspect of it. And I don't think our owners are broke as well.
Yeah.
We can find
Yeah,
And
ways to funnel money
his
into the
sponsors
club.
his
yeah.
sponsors important one, especially if like the objective in life is to be number one, and then your sponsors and three. Like now nje problem le ey'ntweni eziningi. Man,
Yeah.
sponsor is esingana number one. Sifuna ukuba number one, singabi number. Kube sponsors
Yeah.
kahle. Kube ipetrol. No sponsor sibhale petrol. Akunandaba. But
Petrol.
angeke ngizoba number 3 bese ngizophuma number 17 eligini.
Yeah.
Man, ningayenzi that. Vele kube yimini ewest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hello,
it's
guys.
it,
Yeah, madoda athi siyabukela i-game nayo
Yeah.
iqalile cishe ikora futhi yasinana.
yeah. Can I watch my
Alright.
team? Can I watch my
All
team?
right.
Yeah.
All right,
Yo.
Nochen. Take care, ne?
Yeah.
Sisonke.
Sharp, my chance.
Enjoy your evening.
Sure.
Sure.
Hola.